So, we are live again. Hello everybody, it's wonderful to be back with you all. So let's see, notices to start with. Next stream will be on Thursday the 17th of August at 3:45. This week we are going to do sentence a multiple choice close. It's the one we've been doing for several weeks. Hi Renyard. But we've almost finished it, and next week probably what I'll do is we'll actually finish it, and then we'll do some A, An and the exercise to follow. So hi to Vitali, hi to Renyard, hi to Patricia, hi to Polly and Oksana, and hi to Lucy, and hi to Sharon as well. Great to have you with us, Vitali. So let's get straight down to work. And oh yes. Okay, this article was to do with the difference between innate talent, you're just talented at something, and working hard to be successful. And as human beings, we have a bias towards people who just have natural ability. Yeah, we favour people with natural ability over hard work. Hey Ronan, lovely to have you. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. We've got lip from Vitali, from Polly, from Lucy, and from Sharon as well. Okay, so we've got this phrase which you clearly know. To pay lip service to. I'm going to put it here at the bottom of this. Pay lip service to. It means you say yes, whatever you want, of course, yes, but you don't actually believe it at all. Yeah? So leaders, she suspect, may pay lip service, well done Oksana, well done Renyard, well done Patricia, to the growth mindset, while still showing an unconscious preference for people who appear to be innate talents. Yeah, so leaders say, yes, it's important to do it in this way, but they still have an unconscious bias for people who are naturally talented. So pay lip service to. Yeah, tongue, mouth, cheek, jaw. No, it's pay lip service to. Well, I was thinking of the pay tongue service to, actually, Patricia. Yeah. Hi Sujit, great to have you. So let's continue. And whoops. She hopes that managers might now try to make, hold, lead, set, take this into account in their decision making. I often pay lip service to what all sorts of preachers say. That's very good, Renyard. People pay lip service to what their boss says, even if he's wrong, or maybe especially if he's wrong. She hopes that managers might now try to make, hold, lead, set, take this into account in their decision making. Okay, this looks pretty good. So, take into account for Oksana, for Vitali, for Polly, for Renyard, for Sharon, for Lucy, for Polly, and for Sujit. It's great to have you as well, Sujit. It's good to see new people. Okay, definitely Sujit. So make into account, hold into account, lead, set. No, it's got to be. Here. Whoops. So my connection was really good until I actually start giving the live stream. Okay, so well done, Patricia. To take this into account. Hi, Haida. Great to have you, Haida Jamal. To our pleased to give likes. That's very good, Renyard. Okay, so 21 viewers, 10 likes. That's exactly it from both Renyard and Ronan. Hi, Jamal. Take. Very good. Yeah. And every time, so. Okay, that's very good, Vitali. So to take into account. Okay, well done, Jamal. Haida Jamal. Okay, yes, it's more about what's going on in the person's head. Or they say yes, 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 but they don't agree at all. And that's the idea. Okay, great to see you, Issa. Yeah, because lip service, I agree with you totally. You're the most intelligent, the cleverest, the most powerful. Yes, but you don't actually think this. You just... the mouth is working, but not the brain. Okay, we need to catch ourselves and catch each other when we fall too on down for this bias. Great to have you, Issa. Okay. So, when we fall to this bias, we fall on this bias, we fall down this bias, we fall for this bias. Okay, this looks pretty good here. Okay, so to fall to. I think maybe fall to, it says it's somebody's turn. It falls to you to pay for the drinks today. It falls on. It says it's somebody's turn. It fell on John to pay as well, to fall down to trip, but to fall for to be tricked. So this is good. We've got fall for Vitali, for Issa, for Sharon, for Reynard, for Sujit, for Oksana, for Lucy, and for Elena Dobb. Welcome, Elena. Lovely to have you. And fall for Patricia as well. So to fall for means to be tricked by something. So I fell for his trick. I fell for his deception. I fell for his trickery. Great to have you, Issa. To fall for, to be tricked by, to be the victim of. Okay, so yeah, I fell for his trick again. Good morning, Katya. Lovely to see you here with us. Okay, so yeah, to fall for. Balanced perspectives. Next paragraph. And great to have you with us, Katya. So So I'm sorry for being late. No problem at all, Katya. So on an individual level, the existence of the naturalness bias might influence the way we present ourselves to others, so that our achievements are not excessively, unduly, overly, immediately overlooked. Sorry. No, it goes where I put it before, doesn't it? No, I was right. Okay, the overlooked is definitely there. I'm sorry, I messed up the question. Let's try it again. The overlooked should have been outside the bracket. On an individual level, the existence of the naturalness bias might influence the way we present ourselves to others, so that our achievements are not excessively, unduly, overly, immoderately overlooked. Okay. I'm sorry about the mess up for that, but yes, it definitely like that. Okay, so are not excessively overlooked, unduly overlooked, overly overlooked, immoderately overlooked. Okay, hi there Shrini, great to have you as well. Okay, so there's a little range of answers here. This is quite interesting. Okay, it looks like the choice is unduly. So we've got unduly for Oksana, we got unduly for Sharon, Lucy's gone overly, unduly for Vitali. Shrini goes for unduly. It's good to have you, Shrini. Renyard says excessively. Patricia says unduly. Isa for unduly. Sujit for unduly. Polly for unduly. Hi, Hubby. Hubby goes for excessively overlooked. Overly overlooked sounds horrible. Yes, I quite agree with you, Renyard. I'm not overly overlooked. So I'm going to give some more of you time to answer. Okay, so if something is immoderate, let's see. Immoderate drinking means you drink too much. Absolutely, Oksana. Overly overlooked. Immoderately overlooked. No, if somebody... Immoderate spending. It's not moderate. A lot. It's not. It's not that. Overly overlooked. And not overly overlooked. It sounds absolutely terrible. Okay. Excessively overlooked. Who says an excess? But unduly. Okay, if something is due... immoderately overlooked. Yeah, unduly is better. I don't think I could say immoderately overlooked. No, it's unduly. Unduly. Unreasonably. If something is due, it's what's reasonable. It's what it should have. And therefore, if something is unduly overlooked, it's not considered, but it's unreasonable to not consider it. Yeah. He was unduly rude to me. Okay, this wasn't due. This wasn't reasonable. It wasn't merited. Yeah. Are not unmeritedly overlooked. Overly overlooked would be overkill. Absolutely. I love it, Vitali. Overly overlooked would be overkill. So unduly overlooked, unduly, unreasonably. Yeah. But notice if something is due, it's reasonable. Yeah. You should pay due care and attention. The amount that you should pay. The amount of attention you should pay. So unduly is unreasonably. Yeah. Is without justification. Unduly. Okay. In an undue way. Absolutely. So let's try the next one. Whoa, this one's too long. Here it goes. At this year's convention of the Society for Personality, Tsay's colleague Clarissa Cortland presented the results of a survey Scanning, inquiring, examining, valuing the attitudes of 6,000 university alumni working as business leaders. Overly, overtly, obsessively overlooked. I love it. So, a survey scanning attitudes, a survey inquiring attitudes, a survey examining attitudes, a survey valuing attitudes. Okay, so let's look at these. Firstly, this word valuing. Valuing. For me, valuing talks about cash, talks about... my internet connection is unduly slow. I love it, Elena. It's a great example. Valuing talks more normally about money. Evaluating. Yeah, the choices mess up our brains. Okay, a survey evaluating with an E, definitely. Yeah. Scanning is more like a machine. Inquiring about the attitudes of. And then we've got examining for Isa, for Oksana, for Vitali. Examining for Lucy. Examining for Renyard. What will the owls for the practice of worship, worshipping statues as gods? What will be the owls for the practice of worshipping statues as god? Idolatry, Sujit. I think that's what they call idolatry. We've got examining for Sharon, we've got examining for Sujit, and we've got examining for Habi and for Elena as well. And examining is definitely the right answer. Examining the attitudes of 6,000 students. Okay, and continue. Examining for Patricia as well, lovely. When asked to describe their career journey, looking into the attitudes, definitely. Looking into, investigating, examining, analysing. When asked to describe their career journey, about 80% of the respondents focused, targeted, stressed, spotlighted, pinpointed on, that on's really important, their effort and discipline over their innate ability. So when asked to describe their career journey, about 80% of the respondents gauging doesn't quite work, to measure. How can I gauge your performance? It's like using something to measure something against it. Okay, so we've got focused. Okay, we've got focused for Vitali, for Oksana. We've got focused for Shrini and Polly. Exactly, Polly, on. Looking into. Yeah, that would work, Elena. Focused on by Renyard. Have you? Focused on for Patricia. Lucy goes focused. Sharon goes for focused as well. Notice respondents targeted their effort, stressed their effort, spotlighted their effort, pinpointed their effort, but no on. Hi Flexibility, lovely to see you. But it's got to be focus on, because this on demands focused. Focused. Focused on, exactly. I never understand why focus doesn't have a double S, but it doesn't. Okay, respondents focused on their effort and discipline over their innate ability. Well done, all of you. And And that figure was just even, well, fairly greater when they had to imagine describing that journey to other people. Stress, pinpoint, target, spotlight, take a direct object apart from focus. Exactly, Vitali. That's very good. You got the question perfectly. Focused on, exactly, Elena. So, they could have stressed about their efforts. Stressed about their efforts. But you see, I think if they stressed about their efforts, they felt stressed about them. Yeah? They stressed about. Stop stressing about this and just relax. So, yes, but it changes the meaning, Oksana. Yeah? I stressed about arriving late. No, I stressed arriving late was a problem. Okay, so we've got even for flexibility, we've got even for Renyard, we've got fairly for Issa, we've got even for Polly, we've got even for Sharon, Vitali's gone for even, Elena for even, Lucy for even. There's a little frog inside. There's a great big toad inside, Patricia. Even for Subjit, even greater, says Harry. Okay, the figure was just greater. I think just a little bit. Was well greater. No, was fairly greater. It's got to be even greater. Even. Yeah? The figure was even greater when they had to imagine describing that journey to other people. So, even greater. Very definitely. Okay, so this is even greater. A is big, B is bigger, and C is even bigger, even greater. Okay. And continue. There's an instinctive shift, conversion, transform, fetch towards describing oneself as hard-working when presenting oneself, said Cortland. There's an intrinsic shift, conversion, transform, fetch towards describing oneself as hard-working when presenting oneself. So, a fetch. No, a fetch means to go somewhere, get something and come back. Would you fetch me a cup of coffee? An instinctive transform. No. An instinctive transformation. An instinctive conversion. Well, maybe I'll convert to Buddhism. Yeah, conversion. Or, yeah, what's the conversion rate from pounds to dollars? Today's a bank holiday here in Spain. Is it an American term or a British one? Bank holiday is British. A bank holiday is a British phrase. I think I have a feeling it's a bank holiday in Catholic countries, Hadi. I'm not convinced though. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. We've got shift for Oksana, for Polly, for Vitali. Shift for Isa and Lucy. Shift for Renyard and Elena. Shift for Sharon. The toad becomes a prince, and sometimes princes become toads. Yeah, it happens both ways, P. Sujit says shift. Harry says shift. And Patricia says shift towards. A shift is a change in mindset. Shift. Yeah, or the shift key on your computer. Let's try the next one. One reason could be that most people wish to avoid seeming arrogant and believe that focusing on hard work over natural talent can make them seem more aground, beached, grounded, landed, turfed. Okay, then it's going to be an American spelling. I always want to put a double S with it. So, one reason could be that most people wish to avoid seeming arrogant. I'm the best, I'm just a natural genius. And believe that focusing on hard work over natural talent can make them seem more human, more in touch with the real world. So, aground, beached, grounded, landed, turfed. Hi there, 40. Lovely to have you. So, we're getting some answers now. Aground. A ship runs aground. Yeah, it goes onto the sand or onto the rocks and it needs to get off. Beached sounds like is a beached whale or a beached dolphin, where an animal, a big sea mammal, ends up on the beach. More landed. Landed gentry. If you're landed, you own land. Your family has owned land for hundreds of years, and all of the servants will look after you. Turfed. Well, turf is this roll of grass that you buy and you put down, and it grows very quickly. Turf is talking about grass, but as all of you have said, grounded. So we've had grounded from Vitali, from Polly, from Lucy, grounded from Isa, grounded from Oksana and Sharon and Renyard and Habi and Patricia. Grounded, with your feet on the ground, to be a normal person. More grounded. No, Grounded. Yeah, so if you're grounded, you've got your feet on the ground, you live in the real world. Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a bit tricky today. Good. I like that. I like it being tricky. Okay. And arrogance is an unattractive property, aspect, virtue, character, attribute, detail. And during a job interview, for instance, it may signal that you will be disagreeable with the rest of your team and struggle to follow orders. So grounded, absolutely, Sujit. Arrogance is an unattractive property, aspect, virtue, character, attribute, detail. And during a job interview, for instance, it may be a signal that you will be disagreeable with the rest of your team and struggle to follow orders. So, Elena, aground, no. A ship runs aground. A ship that goes onto the sand is aground, and then the tide goes down and the ship is stranded. Yeah? To run aground, to run into problems, to have difficulties. Okay, the project ran aground. No, it's a different meaning. Hi, Isalom, lovely to have you. So, we've got... we're starting to get some answers, that's good. So, attribute from Polly. Attribute from Oksana, attribute from Vitali and Lucy. Attractive attribute. Is no problem, flexibility. Well done, Patricia. Attribute. Well done, Sujit. Okay, an unattractive property. No, a computer file has properties. Renyard goes for attribute. An unattractive aspect. But an aspect of what? And arrogance is an unattractive aspect of somebody's character. Yeah? That's it. Okay, so, an unattractive virtue. But virtue is good, so unattractive virtue, no. A virtue is a good thing. An unattractive character, no, an unattractive characteristic or trait, as Patricia said, or feature. Attribute. It should be more down to earth. An unattractive attribute. I would say characteristic or trait. Yeah? Or feature as well. Yeah. Okay, unattractive trait. Yeah. Characteristic. Yeah. Characteristic. Yeah, a characteristic of somebody's character. So, it's got to be attribute because it's the only one that fits. Yeah, you loathe arrogant people. I love it, Patricia. Should be trait, says Elena. I probably agree with you. Okay, so an unattractive attribute. And let's try the next one then. That's better. It's got to be characteristic, because a character is a person, or the way your character is. He has an unattractive character, but this is saying all of his character. Being down to earth is a much better trait for the interview. I think I agree with you. Along these lines, research by Christina Brown at Arcadia University has shown certain contextual factors can mitigate, assuage, pacify, soft pedal, solace the bias. Ooh, that's a difficult one. Okay, attribute. Definitely, Sharon. It's an attribute. Okay, so certain contextual factors can reduce the bias. So, let's see. To soft pedal is to be very polite, to go slowly, to try not to hurt anybody's feelings. Solace is something that makes you feel better when you're depressed. Yeah, so I'm going to seek solace in a glass of whiskey. To pacify, you pacify somebody that's angry. Assuage, you could assuage somebody's thirst, or you could assuage, that means satisfy, to assuage. But mitigate is make less serious. Okay, so we've got mitigate for Isa, for Lucy, for Sharon. Mitigate for Vitali and Polly and Patricia. A tricky virtue. A tricky virtue. A tricky... Okay, a tricky virtue, I suppose. I suppose so, Renyard, yes. Streak. Ooh, that's a very nice word. Arrogance is an unattractive streak. And yeah, that fits very nicely. It's a very good word indeed, Patricia. A cruel streak. Yes, you can, Patricia. And mitigate for Oksana and Renyard. So, we got mitigate from Isa, Lucy, Sharon, Vitali, Polly, Patricia, Oksana and Renyard. It's Big Ben in the background, so mitigate. Mitigate. And that's it, mitigate, Katia. Okay, we're going to go to advertisements for a minute, and then we can all say goodbye. Mitigate for Sharon as well. That's perfect. Okay. So, yeah, can mitigate the bias. Normally at this time in the morning, there are not many ads around. Okay, so let's see. Let me just see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Can assuage this bias. I guess you could assuage this bias, but mitigate, make less serious. You normally assuage somebody's anger, you assuage somebody's thirst, yeah? You assuage somebody's desire. That's it, mitigate, Elena. That looks pretty good to me. Okay, so yes, so we've got 6 questions left for this one. Love the sound of the bells. There are 6 questions left in this one, and next week I will do the 6 questions, and then after that I will do an exercise about a, an, and the, or 0 article. You've just got to choose which one you're going to do. So let me put the next stream is on Thursday, which is going to be the 17th of August at what time? At 3:45 p.m. UK time. No solace in whiskey, please. No, solace in the bells sounds much better, Patricia. I think I totally agree with you on that one. Okay, so this has been about why we tend to have this bias towards natural talent. So it's been lovely to have you all. Thank you, Oksana. It's been great seeing you. Thank you, Patricia. It's been an absolute pleasure having you as well as always. Thank you, Elena Dobb. It's good to see you again second time, and I hope I will see you again on Thursday, Elena. Thank you very much, Katia. It's been lovely to have you as well. It's always a pleasure. And thank you for coming, Vitaly. It's been a pleasure having you here. Assuage somebody's desire. Absolutely. And thank you to Sharon. It's been great having you as well. And I